How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not a slime girl? We are two very different classifications of beings, and I would appreciate it if you would show me at least the courtesy and respect of addressing me properly. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Detective Goop. It's Special Agent Gooseman, and you know it. Goop, goo, what's the difference? You better get that, goo girl. Maybe it's the next big case with your name all over it. Special Agent Gooseman? Well, no, I haven't had a chance to catch the news at all today, love. You know how insane things have been here at the station since my assignment as liaison between the department and the agency. People either want me gone altogether or they want to beat me to solving this case, no matter the cost. Now, I know you're working just as hard on your end of things. We both need to catch a break here soon before we crack under the pressure of it all. I'm sure a story will come your way soon, sweets. You've just gotta... Wait, you're where? No, I don't have any plans to visit the Hall of Species. You know how much I loathe those exhibits. The segment on Goo Girls is completely pedantic. I agree that we as a species were handed the shit end of the stick, but I don't view us as helpless cherry cases needing rescuing. We merely need opportunities and access to resources like anyone else. Fine. I'll meet you there in 20 minutes? Right. Okay. Yes. Have fun visiting your goo mates. If you don't fuck off and leave me be, I'll report you for harassment, Dawkins. Look out, folks. We got a live one over here. Don't think yourself so superior just because you happen to be human. I still outrank you. Whatever, Goo Girl. Your jealousy of my solid form is not my problem, and we all know how you got your placement within the agency. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a serial murder case to break. You didn't mention anything over the phone about this being official business. You know, I can't just walk around with you while I'm on the clock, sweets. You're the media, I'm with the department. Like oil and water, you and I. No, not sexy oil and water. Stop. You have to know when to take things seriously. A lesson you clearly are not prepared for, and I haven't the time to wait. I'm going back to the station. Wait, what? There was a mosquito girl. Here. I mean, they are allowed into this district with proper authorization, and she was with a human. No, you're right. That does seem odd. The two species rarely interact since the outbreak, but I suppose that was this human girl's choice. I fail to see why it warrants bringing out an entire media van to report on it. I cannot, and more importantly, will not, comment on the string of murders over the past few months. Now, what in the world could that be about? Special Agent Guzman. I'm actually at the Hall of Species right now. And you're sure this lines up with the other murders? Right. Well, I appreciate the heads up. I'll have to see why I'm not on the call list as the liaison. Oh, I'm sure it has everything to do with Dawkins. But we can deal with that later. Thanks for the call, Parker. I can't give you access to the crime scene, and honestly, I've about had it with you poking at me for information. You know how delicate the relationship between the FBI and the local agencies can be. The last thing I need on top of that already strained relationship is them thinking I'm feeding information to the media. And this is where I leave you. Please don't be like that. I know what I said earlier, and I'm sorry for being short with you. Things have been really rough for me trying to work on this case. I'm trying to prove to the Bureau that I am capable of serving in ways other species can't, because of my experiences. To show them the need to open up applications to more varied species if we ever want to find lasting peace and equality within the districts. That means I have to go above and beyond just to get basic recognition. Look, how about we talk this over dinner later? I know you haven't eaten, and I have a feeling there won't be much I'm allowed to do on scene anyway. I'll go in and get what pieces I can, and then I'll meet you at your place. Maybe a good time for late night sushi and regrouping. I wasn't sure which sushi place you wanted from tonight, and I know it always takes us 1,000 years to make any sort of decision. No, that was not a dig at you, baby. What I wanted to tell you is that I brought pre-dinner snacks. We have hot chicken sliders, Hatch green chili mac and cheese, yes please, fries lovingly tossed in rosemary, garlic and olive oil, and of course, your very favourite, blue raspberry slushies. I know it's too much food, especially considering we are about to order at least double this amount from the sushi place, but I have to make sure my baby is well fed and taken care of, don't I? And that is why I buy far more than we need, because I don't want you to ever want for anything. Even if that means we live off leftovers for the next day or two. I want you to feel safe and secure as often as I can manage it. I'm not upset with you, I just don't understand why we cannot seem to find a balance between our work, which must remain separate, and our relationship. And I do appreciate your input. You know how much I love that big old brain of yours. But I also know I don't want you mixed up in this. I want to protect you. I also have to do my job, which means not allowing you access to information we are not prepared to release to the press. How about this? I will speak with my superiors and see if I can grant you exclusive access. You can be part of the media members running point on this thing, but that comes with expectations you have to be ready for. The chief concern being our relationship. I cannot allow for it to ever appear that you are being given special treatment because you are my partner. I simply cannot allow any semblance of impropriety or favoritism, which will be difficult because you are my favorite person in the world and you deserve access to this thing. You deserve a shot at the kind of story that can change your entire life and elevate your career for years to come. But you deserve to be able to earn that access, so nobody can say you were given it because of who you are to me. I can't get into too many details of what happened at the Hall of Species. All I can tell you is that it appears that a man was murdered by a mosquito girl outside of the building. I say appears because... damn it. Why do you have to be so perfect? I shouldn't tell you anything, but I actually could use a second set of eyes on this thing. I'm miles in without any sign of backup, all because Dawkins and her little posse refused to take me seriously. They even took me off the roll list. That was why Parker had to call me herself, because they managed to delete me from that part of the system. I'm sure they didn't want me on scene before they could attempt to get a handle on things. I was the one who connected the dots on these cases, and now I think that someone is attempting to frame various species for murder. I can't say for certain why. Call it a gut instinct, but someone very much wants us to believe there is unrest amongst the various districts. They are trying their best to wrap it all up neatly with a big bow on top, all for loudmouth bastards like Dawkins to find. That idiot is like a dog with a bone. She will take any semblance of a lead if it means besting me. If it means proving that goo and slime people have no place in the Bureau, let alone the Force, and she just may be able to pull it off. That is until the next victim shows up and goes unconnected. This man at the Hall of Species makes victim number 6. And I'm worried the next target will be something bigger. I'm afraid the next murder will be their statement piece. A crime with enough victims, or a victim of a high enough status to finally get the attention of us all. A murder that would put districts at odds and threaten to push us to the brink of war. All right. Let's start with what I believe to be the first 2 victims of our now serial killer.